This video is for any one of us out there that is gaining weight and not wanting to do that voluntarily, and we're getting frustrated with ourselves and really beating ourselves up, because I'm feeling it. Video is uncomfortable to make. By the way, if you're on Instagram right now, you'll be seeing me look up over here, which is my camera. So if I'm not looking directly at you, this is why. But this video is really uncomfortable to make, and I've debated whether or not I really wanted to talk about it, but I think I will, because I know it's relatable, and I know it's going to help someone out there. Weight gain. I have put on, in the past, I think 6 months, I think 15 pounds from the last time I feel like I checked. I don't own a scale, but my friend does, and there was one time where I went over to their house and I was like, I'm curious. And yeah, to be honest, I'm not too surprised. I have felt like my clothes are getting tighter. I have felt like, and let me preface this by saying I'm not looking for your personal opinion or your personal thoughts on my appearance. Please keep that private and only to you. And please keep your critical thoughts also to yourself, okay? This video is for any one of us out there that is gaining weight and not wanting to do that voluntarily, and we're getting frustrated with ourselves and really beating ourselves up, because I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it, and I'm known as the weight loss coach / life coach / help me with emotional / binge eating coach. So I'm human too, and I'm experiencing this, and I'm still going through parts of it as well. So I've put on at least 15 pounds since my, I guess, most thriving time in my life. And I've been going through bouts of insomnia. And I think that has a lot to contribute to it. My diet, in terms of what I've been eating, has not really changed. The amount of food that I eat has changed. Ever since the lockdown has started, I have noticed that I have been really lonely. Even more lonely. Really bored, really frustrated with myself, really isolated, really in my head, really with my own thoughts. And that's been very frustrating. It's been, I've mourned, I've had to cry, I've ate over my feelings. And I know better, but do we always do better when we don't feel empowered in other areas of our life? No. And this is where my concept of soul food comes in. If you're not nourished on a soulful level, and you're just turning to actual food to nourish your soul, you're trying to fill an empty hole. And that's what I've been going through. I know that I'm meant to thrive and connect with people. I'm meant to drink in the energy of certain people, drink in the energy of certain environments. I feel and sense into that energy, and it feeds me on a soul level. And ever since the lockdown, I've been having trouble sleeping, insomnia. I feel like I've tried everything, okay? I've tried, with the journaling. I've tried with the meditation. I've tried eating carbs. I've tried eating more fats. I've tried eating more protein. I feel like I've been at a space where I'm like, screw it. I don't know anymore, and I'm tired of trying to figure it out. I'm just gonna wait, because I don't know what else to do. I'm waiting for the answer to come find me, instead of me trying to grind and chase it. That is exhausting. So it's not fun. It's not fun. Binge eating over my feelings, boredom eating over my feelings. I get up in the middle of the night when I can't sleep and I listen to some Harry Potter audiobooks. If there's anything that I have to gain out of this quarantine or social lockdown, it's that I've started listening to Harry Potter audiobooks. And so I would listen to Harry Potter audiobooks, but I couldn't stay in my bed, just tossing and turning, getting more frustrated, feeling more crazy by the moment. I'm talking like 3 hours of sleep. 3 hours of sleep. Maybe 3 times a week. If I get 6 hours of sleep, I am happy. And all throughout this time, still dealing with feelings of loneliness, still dealing with feelings of self-loathing. Why did I do that? Why did I binge? Why did I eat in the middle of the night? And I do that because I feel like my only solution in my madness at like 3 a.m., it's like, I just want to pass out. I just want anything to help me pass out. Please help me pass out. So I go to food. It gives me something to do. I'm not in the right headspace. I'm not making the right decisions. I'm not making any good decisions at all, really, at 3 a.m. and trying to sleep. So I'm basically eating to pass out. Eating to pass out. Not something I ultimately want to do. And that has also contributed to the weight gain. So eating more, binging, eating at night, not fun. And I've had, I will say, several breakdowns over my body image. I no longer feel like I no longer feel like the vibrant person that I once was at my highest. Like highest emotionally and thriving emotionally in my life. Thank you, Becky. I'm just reading some Instagram lives right here. Harry Potter, yes. Yeah, I'm a Hufflepuff. Hey Hufflepuffs. Good morning, beautiful. Thank you, Becky. This is really hard for me to mention. So just eating in the middle of the night and crying over it at the same time, like, I'm so mad and sad and frustrated and mad like I'm frustrated, but mad as in like I'm going crazy because I can't think. All the while I'm going through, personal issues and having fights with my mom. I need to set that boundary again. Losing my job temporarily. I never loved my job, as a supplements advisor / manager, managing the entire store by myself. But it also gave me something to do. And as much as I didn't like it, there's also parts of it that I mourn. And I feel like I'm mourning and having to constantly forgive myself for gaining weight, forgive myself for not feeling like my vibrant self that I once was when I was, happy and I felt like on it. Like I wasn't, maybe I didn't have as much social followers on social media. I wasn't, I still didn't make an income or as much of an income as I would love to have made from the content that I've been creating and the things that I've been offering. But, I don't know. There was something about my life where I was like, yeah, I feel good about myself. I feel good about my body. I feel good about walking dogs with Loki and Diego, whom I no longer, we don't talk anymore. I think back and I think, wow, I was a lot happier. I wasn't at where I wanted to be, but I was happier than where I am now. And I felt light. I felt nimble. I felt free. I felt like I felt light, nimble, and free in my soul, and that reflected in my body as well. I was lighter. I was slimmer. I was more muscular. I was more ripped as well. I felt more lively. And I feel like that's changed, and I didn't want that to change. And now I almost feel foreign in my body. I feel foreign in this body, and I'm not going to, in this video, show before and after photos of what I looked like in my body when I was at, you know, my happiest and slimmest and fittest and skinniest and muscliest and most rippedest and, you know, happy, whatever. I'm not going to do the comparison of before, what I was then and now, just because I feel like I don't need to make that justification for my experience. I don't need to justify my experience. I know the things that I'm going through is very real and very valid. So where was I? I could go a million ways with this. I'm still working through it right now. I really am. And I have to practice daily forgiveness. I'm practicing daily things like I forgive myself for feeling lethargic, feeling heavy, feeling really foreign in this body, feeling kind of clumsy in this body, and feeling like I need to get rid of some of my, or stash away some of my smaller clothes and get some of my bigger clothes. And it's almost humiliating. It really is almost humiliating. So practicing daily forgiveness for feeling lethargic, feeling hungover when I wake up from a few hours of sleep and a food coma, like a food baby and a food hangover coma. Throughout this time, I still tried to show up to everything that I've been showing up for. So that was, you know, still trying to maintain a relatively healthy diet, still trying to maintain a relatively moderate activity level lifestyle. So I've been, you know, with my dumbbells, lifting weights, doing Pilates here and there. I've stopped doing yoga as long as I used to do, just because I feel so bored and I feel so uninspired in this room. This room is my crying room, it's my eating room, it's my binging room, it's my dancing room. When I feel like dancing, it's my yoga room, it's my work room, it's my sleep room. It's gross. All of this energy, all in this, what is it, 1, 2, 3, 4 meters by maybe 6 meters of space. I don't know. Math was not my major. But it's yeah. Yeah, thank you so much for the love that anybody is still here listening to me. So the weight gain is not, I'm gonna say it. I feel fat. I feel fluffy. I feel chubby. I feel clumsy. I just don't feel right in my skin. And I don't feel in alignment in my soul. But I still show up. Because that's all we could do, right? When we're going through involuntary weight gain, when we're going through the discomforts of our body and we self-sabotage, you know, like voluntarily self-sabotage, the best thing we can do is to constantly forgive ourselves. Every single moment we need. Forgiveness is a commitment. Forgiveness isn't a one-time thing. Forgiveness is every single second I'm saying to myself, I forgive myself for binging last night. I forgive myself for this weight gain. I forgive myself for feeling lonely and feeling like food is the only thing that gives me pleasure right now. I forgive myself for not being able to sleep tonight. I forgive myself for not being able to concentrate because I feel so anxious. Not being able to concentrate because I couldn't sleep last night. Forgiving myself every single moment, every single second. Oh yeah, I'm choosing to let this go. Oh yeah, I'm even saying that, there's like a weight lifted off my chest. And I feel like a lot of this is also emotional weight that is manifesting. It's a physical weight. Will I continue to gain weight? I sure hope not. But I'm also not going to come with that attitude of, you better not gain weight. You better not wake up in the middle of the night to binge because you're bored and you know better. You better not XYZ. You better not. No. I think there's a better way. I think you can move forward with grace or you can move forward with grit. And the only time I move forward with grit is if I choose to and want to, not because I have to. I think there's a better way to weight loss. I think there's a better way to feeling more like myself again. And that is with grace. And grace starts with self-forgiveness. And self-forgiveness starts with a commitment to it every single second, reminding yourself, I forgive myself for this. I forgive this weight. I forgive this weight. And if you can forgive yourself through to losing your weight, then wouldn't that be so much better than hating yourself and grinding yourself all the way to losing your weight? One of these paths is a lot more easeful. It's a lot more easeful. And what if, let's just entertain the thought of everything that you're doing right now that perhaps that you're self-sabotaging yourself for? Listen, if you could do better, you already would have. If you could do better, you already would have. At any given moment, you are always doing the best. Whether or not it is ultimately the action that you ultimately want to take or not, it doesn't matter, because at any given moment, you are only doing the best that you can. So if you aren't doing the actions that you want to be doing, it's not your fault. It's because you weren't empowered enough. So instead of taking the blame on ourselves, let's put the blame outside. You're not empowered. You didn't feel empowered enough to not binge. I didn't feel empowered enough to look for a different way to deal with my insomnia and boredom and tossing and turning in the middle of the night than to turn to food. If I felt empowered enough, something else would have happened. I would have done something else. I know I would have, because I did my best. I did the only thing I could have done at that moment. I'm just gonna go and read some comments here. I've totally disregarded reading the comments in my Instagram live. You look so beautiful, and fluctuations in weight don't change the wonderful person you are and how other people feel about you. You're perfect the way you are. Thank you. I don't feel that way all the time. I don't. Yeah, I don't feel that way all the time. So at any given moment, again, you're doing the best that you can. And if you're not, it's because you weren't empowered enough. So instead of blaming yourself, let's put the blame on something external and intangible. Okay? And through that, through a graceful method, you can lose weight, and you can self-correct, and you can, stop self-sabotaging and do the things that you really want to do. Do the things you really want to do. So where else do I want to go with this? Well, I just wanted to share that I've gained weight, and I don't feel like myself. But you know what? I trust that this phase is only temporary. And when the world opens back up, or something, when the next solution hits me, and it will hit me, because I'm tired of chasing for a solution. The solution to my sleep, the solution to binging, the solution to my weight gain. The solution, I'm going to wait for the solution to come find me. Because I know out there the solution is coming to find me. And the solution wants me. The solution wants me. That's what I'm going through right now. I'm still going to try to show up and, move my body, exercise, not with hatred, not with a grind, but maybe with more of a grace. Just show up, continue to show up, because that's all we can do, right? I don't feel like myself, but I also know that things will happen and unravel for me. Everything that I want is going to unravel for me. My career, the social connections I long for, the loneliness to perhaps fade, the weight loss to come, the vibrant energy that I feel, and the finances I want to travel. It will come. And just reminding myself that this is temporary. This is temporary. And there's a better way. So things that I've been focusing on lately is just doing little things to ease myself, ease the thoughts here and there. Whether that be looking at different places that I would love to travel to, like Denmark and other Scandinavian cold countries, or browsing the web for, I don't know, pretty things like interior decor. I love that. Trying to have one conversation a day. Getting up and sharing tidbits of motivation that I do know on Instagram Live and social media. I hope this has helped. If you have gained weight since the quarantine, or if you've just gained weight in general and you hate that, I'm there with you. I hear you. I so hear you. And I encourage you to move forward with grace, move forward with ease. And if you can, move forward with a coach that understands and knows this. And allow the solutions to come find you. Surrender and trust in that you're doing the things that you are doing because you weren't empowered enough to do anything else. If you were empowered to do differently, you already would. No question about it. So you are always doing the best that you can, given the very things unraveling at that very moment. You are not broken. You were never broken. So, let's see what 2021 brings us. I wonder what 2021 is going to bring me. I hope good things. I hope good things. And it's really hard for me to look in the camera right now, just to look at my face. And also look in the mirror. It's been very hard to look in the mirror for me. I know you might feel that same way too. We're in it together. And we're going to get out of this hole together. If you have something positive to say, or a story that you would like to share, put it in the comments below. And share this video with someone that you feel like is going through the quarantine weight gain, and also going through some self-loathing or addictions, like self-sabotage, and they just can't seem to figure out, like, how do I get out of this? I keep doing this. I can't believe I'm doing this. There's something wrong with me. Why am I doing this? Why am I doing this to myself? Share that with someone that needs to hear this. We're going to get through. We will. Namaste, my fitties. I felt like I really needed to say this. It feels a little better being open and raw and vulnerable and honest. Thank you. Thank you, my fitties.